Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Buckhorn students are having to go out of their way for school again. And the Pikeville Fire Department is looking stylish on the road with new trucks.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 5:30 on August 17th. Now let's check in with Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. And Brandon, we're dealing with some of that fog right now. Hopefully that'll move out and we won't have any issues later today.
Exactly, just going to push it on out of here.
I hope you wore your sun socks today again.
I did not. I actually,
Don't tell me you wore clouds or something.
No, but I'll tell you a fun fact, because sometimes I get a little bit tired in the mornings. I have some Snoopy socks on that says I love naps. So, and I was telling you earlier. That's exactly
how I feel right
Exactly.
now.
I was telling you earlier, I said I live off of naps, so there you go. All right, let's get into the forecast this morning. A little patchy fog out there to start the day. But as you see up on top of Whitesburg Pine Mountain there, US 119, light traffic, but the fog is clustered in the valleys in some spots and on the ridges in others. Not this ridge here, but again, possibility to see that across parts of the region. Now, zero visibility across parts of the region as well. Be careful out there this morning. Take it slow, take it easy. Low beams, watch out for school buses. A lot more schools back in session starting yesterday. 63 Manchester, Harlan, and Jackson. 65 in Monticello. 59 in Jacksboro, 57 in Clintwood and Wise, and 59 in Hazard. Waiting on Irvin, London, Middlesboro, and Grundy. See if they're going to go up or down here this morning. All right, 50s and 60s across the entire state and region. 61 Cincinnati, 59 Carbondale, Illinois, 65 Nashville, 60 Tri-Cities. Breakfast forecast. We are looking at basically temperatures right around the 60-degree mark, kind of splitting the difference there. Some sunshine after the fog, and then maybe a few clouds a little bit later on today as we get ready to see a weak cold front move in later tonight. Olivia?
All right, thank you, Brandon. A Wise County, Virginia man has been sentenced to life behind bars after killing his grandmother back in 2020. 34-year-old Joshua Blake Smith of Big Stone Gap pleaded guilty to 1 count of murder, 1 count of abduction, and 1 count of strangulation in Wise County Circuit Court. In August 2020, Smith forced his grandmother into her bedroom against her will while she was resisting. He stabbed her multiple times in the neck with a knife. After suffocating and strangling her, Smith told police it took her several hours to die. Now, an update to a story we first told you about on Tuesday. Police in Powell County have found the man who was wanted after he ran away from law enforcement. Lonnie Shuley is now in custody. He was found after someone on Morris Creek Road noticed things out of place around their building. He was hiding inside. He is facing multiple felony charges. One Eastern Kentucky deputy jailer was arrested after her supervisors say she allowed a female suspect to flush illegal drugs down the toilet during the execution of a search warrant. Citation from the Breathitt County Sheriff's Office says 49-year-old Shauna Adkins of Jackson lied about the incident, telling officers she did not collect evidence during the search. Adkins was charged with tampering with physical evidence. A London woman has been arrested for driving under the influence while trying to pick up kids at school. 36-year-old Brandy Crystal Evans was taken into custody at London Elementary Monday. London police say they found Evans walking around the vehicle with kids and her mom inside. After being read her Miranda rights, police say Evans told them she had alcohol in her system before going to the school. She was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. One longtime Eastern Kentucky firefighter who served a Letcher County volunteer fire department for nearly 50 years has died. Thomas Haynes had served the Neon Volunteer Fire Department since 1975. Haynes had been the assistant chief and captain for the department. He was 76 years old. Georgetown police in Scott County arrested 4 teens on Monday who were connected to a string of car break-ins throughout the Georgetown area. Alyssa Williams spoke with Georgetown police to learn more about the case and to share what others can do to prevent something like this from happening to them.
It was a call that Georgetown police received early Monday morning from the Rocky Creek area that led to the arrest of several teens who police say have been conducting car break-ins throughout the area.
We flooded the area with everyone who was working on third shift because we've been trying to catch these individuals to stop the thefts from happening. And our officers were able to detain all 4 individuals in a very quick period of time.
Georgetown Police Assistant Chief Josh Nash says when the teens were arrested, police also found 5 stolen guns that they had with them.
Having a handgun in a juvenile's hand is dangerous to them. It's dangerous to just innocent community members. It's also dangerous because they use those in different criminal activity, such as gang violence or shootings.
Nash says the teens' ages range from 15 to 17 and that they were from outside of the area that they were targeting.
They use the interstates, they come to Georgetown, they prey on our community, and our goal is to stop that.
Nash adds that although the teens were arrested, these cases will continue to happen, so it is important that everyone take the steps to prevent themselves from becoming victims of theft.
If you have a firearm in your car, I would highly encourage you to take it inside so that it's not accessible in your vehicle. And also make sure your cars are locked each night.
In Georgetown, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Nash adds that if you live in the Rocky Creek area, he advises that you check your vehicle to make sure all your belongings are there. Reversing learning loss and finding ways to boost teacher pay are 2 of the main education issues in the race for Kentucky governor. Both Governor Andy Beshear and Attorney General Daniel Cameron revealed what they want to do to improve problems occurring in education. Cameron pointed to declining test scores, saying his proposal would fully fund a 16-week tutoring program for students that fall behind. Governor Beshear countered with a proposed 11% pay raise for teachers and school personnel.
Addressing the learning loss by treating it as the emergency that it is. We will implement the largest expansion of reading and math instruction in the history of Kentucky.
But this raise is across the board. So existing teachers and all school staff benefit. Because when all you do is raise the starting salary, it creates compression.
The Cameron catch-up plan includes efforts to crack down on absenteeism and improvements to classroom discipline. Beshear's Education First proposal of increasing salaries would cost about $1.1 billion. Perry County students are preparing to return to the classroom, and once again, those in the Buckhorn community will be traveling to Hazard. After floodwaters breached and destroyed much of what was inside the school in the Buckhorn community, students were transported to the old A.B. Combs School in Hazard. Educators scrambled to prepare that building for Buckhorn and Robinson Elementary last year, and further revisions were made during the summer.
But everybody here is team players. They worked really hard, and you can walk around this building and see the changes. If you had went into this building before we came last year and tried to rush a prep to get into this building, get our school ready for our students, you would be amazed.
The estimates now are that the Buckhorn School will be ready in time for the 2024-2025 school year. The state's first electric-powered school bus has been covering routes for the past week in Wolfe County. John Halsey is the transportation director of Wolfe County Schools. In the EV's first week, he placed bus number 2230 to pick up students at Red River Valley Elementary School. He says he has noticed the noise level on the inside of the 66-passenger bus has decreased compared to driving a diesel-fueled bus.
Students are actually quieter on the bus because they're not having to talk over the noise of the engine.
Halsey says there are 3 more electric school buses coming to Wolfe County between October and November. Pikeville's fire department is working with some new trucks this week, providing updates to the city's public safety. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was there as the crews got familiar with the new fire trucks.
The Pikeville Fire Department is pumping up its fleet.
It's exciting when we get these new trucks in. We feel blessed and honored to have this new equipment.
New trucks rolling in this week will replace one truck from 1999 and another from 2004.
Not only are these trucks a investment in public safety, but it also allows us to do our job a little better and a little safer.
The identical rigs, priced at more than $538,000 each, require hours of training and driving before they officially hit the streets.
So that includes getting all of our equipment on the truck, getting all of the hose that is required on the truck and laced in properly. That way, when we have to deploy it, it will deploy properly.
One truck will be supplied as a squad truck for Station 1, which includes rescue gear and a fire pump, fully equipped for most calls, while the other will be a fire engine at Station 3.
Those trucks will still stay in our fleet as a backup, so that will help our ISO rating and in turn make us just a little bit more prepared in case something was to happen to a truck, and we would have a backup to be able to respond.
Firefighters say updates like these are crucial when it comes to responding to emergencies, keeping the department prepared and equipped.
This is an investment in public safety, so to make sure that we can respond and do our job in a safe and effective manner, these trucks are vital for that.
Making the front line top of the line. In Pikeville, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The new trucks are the same color scheme as the recent ladder truck, part of the effort to update the look and the wheels at the department one step at a time. And while the Pikeville Fire Department received new trucks, they are also getting ready for this weekend's Cuffs and Hoses 5K. The firefighters, police officers, and dispatch workers host the event as a little competition between the departments with a block party on Main Street, raising money for the community outreach program, which funds Christmas with a first responder and the school supplies programs.
You know, kids don't understand why does Santa bring these kids things and doesn't bring me anything. So we make sure Santa is there with Mrs. Claus and Santa delivers his toys. So it's a great event, and all this money, every cent that we raise goes to our outreach program.
This year's event invites merchants, food, and music to Main Street. You can find out how to be a part of the fun over on our website. The Leonard Lawson Cancer Center is looking for sponsors and participants for an upcoming 5K. Other than participating directly in the race, you can sign up to hand out waters or hold up signs to cheer on participants. All the donations made to the Color of Courage 5K Run Walk go straight to helping cancer patients.
So the 5K fund relies on donations from people in the community, employees of the Cancer Center, and the proceeds go to help our cancer patients with their co-pays, gas money, and so on and so forth.
The night before the Color Run, there will be a community event for people to come together to create signs to cheer others on at the 5K. The community event will be at the business complex on Main Street from 5 to 7 at night. You can register for the 5K up until the day of, which is September 9th. CHI St. Joseph Health in London has recently received a grant for the Infant Care Center. The grant was $40,000 and is being used to buy new equipment in the infant care unit to better serve patients. CHI St. Joseph London President John Yanes feels like the grant could not have come at a better time and says the hospital will be able to see more patients because of it.
This grant will primarily is earmarked for panda warmers to better treat our patients, our infant patients that come through our emergency department. And certainly that will support that, the services.
Yanes also says the grant will be able to give care to babies and families who would otherwise have to leave the area for treatment. Coming up, Dolly Parton expands her imagination library out west.
We're tracking a weak cold front that could give us a little trouble tonight and bring us some cooler air, at least briefly. I'll have the latest forecast in about 3 minutes.